दिव्य नेत्र के द्वारा भगवान के सौंदर्य माधुर्य के दर्शन करो। टाइम नहीं आपको अभी करो। एक मिनट बोलो बोलो क्या बोलना चाहिए। एक जगह सारी लगा दी गुरुदेव के जन्म शताब्दी महोत्सव और राधा महाप्रभु जी राधा कृष्ण के आयोजन हो रहे जिसमें परिवार सागर आमंत्रित है। कार्यक्रम 30 नवंबर से 10 दिसंबर तक रात 5:30 से 30 नवंबर से
Translate?
क्या करना है?
She's inviting for something. What have to do there? Mathura, some program? From the devotees for surrender to Gurudev? No. Some drama of Mahaprabhu Lila and Krishna, Mahaprabhu Lila and Krishna Lila. Yeah? Your health is not okay? It's okay. But it's good to have precaution.
हम तो इसमें जा रहे हैं, गुजरात जा रहे हैं 22 तारीख 22 से 30 अभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं बने। आप इस डेट को बीच में की आपकी वक्तृता होगी। महाप्रभु की लीला आदि हो जाएगी, आदि के बीच में आपको अवसर दिया जाएगा, माइक दिया जाएगा। क्या
iPhone. The big one. And left side.
देखते हैं। ये तो काफी छपो है, ये तो नहीं ये तो मेरा कलर है होगा, ये तो मैं प्रूफ देने के लिए लेके आई हूँ कि इसमें कुछ कर दूँ। अरे सब ठीक है। नहीं ये कोई एक तो ये कलर बताया था जैसे सुपरस्टिशन भक्तिवेदांत महायाती बना एवं
It doesn't work now.
ये एक डेटिंग ये बताया।
Hindu stop working. It's on? They're saying down.
जब भी आते हैं तो प्रेम कुछ नहीं रहता, जो प्रेम से चलाते तो होता है। आप गोवर्धन कब जा रहे हैं? गोवर्धन 28 तक में सब जा रहे हैं। आप लोग काशी भी नहीं करेंगे वृंदावन जी? अरे जो प्रोग्राम बनाए हैं ये लोग बनाए हैं उसमें क्या?
So on 28th are going to Vrindavan. They made the program.
अरे वो तो धीरे धूप बनाएंगे वो नहीं है। कहीं हम लोग यहीं पे है ना 205 वो ना क्या कमरा आपका 205 अच्छा मेरे पास टाइम कम है ना, एक बार जाना है सभी जनों का अभिनंदन है। अच्छा क्या बोला?
Okay, what I was telling about Alankar.
जन्मत्तो लीलोपक्रम सौजोगम मायाबलो तोषयता गृहीतम विस्मापरम सुभगस्ति परम पदम इतने चला। परम पदम भूषणम भूषणम
So we are hearing now the beauty of Bhagavan. His sweetness manifests by itself, no need ornaments. So we're hearing about the Suradas. Somebody tried to test Suradas because he was blind, so they wanted to know if he was like really blind. But he could see Krishna. So they put the deity without any clothes. And although today deity is very beautiful, glorify him. Then because Suradas was glorifying the deity, so they thought somebody told him how the deity was dressed. That's why he was glorifying so exactly, minutely the deity. Then later on they took the clothes out of the deity. And then they'd say, okay, now glorify how is the deity. And Suradas could say, he said the deity is naked now. It's also beautiful, so attractive and beautiful. I think they started New Hindi. So, when Krishna disappeared from the Rasa dance, Gopis Krishna appeared in the assembly of the Gopis. When Krishna appeared in the assembly of the Gopis, his form, his beauty was so beautiful. So Shukadeva Goswami describes this in the Bhagavatam. So I was telling this katha again and again. If I repeat the same, time is passing. But Shukadeva Goswami Pada, he's taking the side of the Gopis and he's angry with Krishna. And he's abusing Krishna by the word Sauri. He's like calling Krishna names, like swearing, saying, "Oh Krishna, you were not born in a Vaishya family, cowherd dynasty. You were born in the Kshatriya." But it's also what he's saying is truth. It's truth. Remember, Devamir had two wives. One was from the dynasty of Kshatriya, another dynasty of Vaishya. From the dynasty of the Kshatriya came Sursen, and then Vasudev Maharaj, and from Vasudev came Krishna. And from the Vaishya wife came Parjana, then Nanda Maharaj came from Parjana, and then from Nanda Maharaj came Krishna, son of Parjana, descendant of the Vaishya wife, father of Nanda Maharaj. So, but in his Swayam Rupa, original form, Krishna is the son of Nanda Maharaja in the Vaishya dynasty. So in the Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami Pada told, Anshena Avatirna. By these words, the meaning is that Swayam Bhagavan, he appeared partially in Mathura, not completely. But completely he appeared where? In Braj, in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Anshena, also another meaning is Baladeva Sahena, means Krishna appeared with Baladev Prabhu. And Krishna was so beautiful when he appeared in the assembly of the Gopis. He was so beautiful, and he was smiling so beautifully. His beauty was defeating even the beauty of the Cupid. And Krishna, he was holding his white yellow cloth around his neck, just like an aparadi, somebody who is an offender. So Krishna was also feeling himself like an offender. And he was there, holding his yellow cloth around his neck. Krishna wanted to show when Krishna came to the son of the Gopis very quickly, he came for running. So he was like afraid also of losing his cloth while he was running. So that's why he held his cloth around his neck so that the cloth would not fall down on the way. Sagri means that Krishna was wearing on his neck the garland that the Gopis had given to him. In this way, Krishna wants to show, hey Gopis, don't be angry with me. See, I'm still wearing what you gave to me. I never give up what you give to me. Because Shastra explains, if somebody earns money or gets something after hard effort, and then you give this to someone and the person accepts, then you feel happy. For example, so much effort to cook, and then you offer that food to someone, the person doesn't even eat it. You'll be upset. Because when you cook some delicious thing, and then the person eats what you ate, accepts, then you think, oh, all my efforts are successful now because the person accepted. So in the same way, this garland made by the Gopis, Krishna is still using. He appears still wearing that garland. In this way, Krishna wants to tell, hey Gopis, look, don't blame me. Don't blame me. You say I don't love you, but look. When somebody loves us, everything they give to us is dear to us. But if someone who is not dear to us, whatever they give us is also not dear to us. Like if somebody loves you, whatever he gives you, you also like that thing because the person you love gave to you. But if somebody who does not love you gives you something, you also not care for that thing given. So Krishna was wearing the garland made by the Gopis, And in this moment, the form of Krishna was even defeating the form of the beauty of Cupid. So there are 3 Cupids described in the scriptures. 1 Cupid in Svargaloka, heavenly planets. So, since the end, until Lord Brahma, all the living entities are bewildered by Kamadeva, the Cupid. There's no one who can control the lust, conquer the lust. Even great munis and rishis, they become defeated by lust. Vishwamitra, he only heard the sound of her bangles, and immediately he left his meditation, held her hand, the hand of Menaka, and started dancing with her. Vishwamitra. Brahma also became bewildered by his own daughter. Shiva also. He saw the Mohini form of God, Shiva, and then Shiva was also completely captivated in running after her. All this is described. Narada Rishi also. So the beautiful form of Bhagavan also became bewildered. So in this world, there is anyone in this world who can conquer the lust? No one. This is called the material Cupid. Second Cupid is Pradyumna in Dwaraka. And the Aprakrita Kamdev translated to Cupid is Brajendra Nandana Shyamasundar. So we have to give up the material Cupid and the Cupid of Dwaraka. Also, Pradyumna. Because actually the original Cupid is the Krishna in Vrindavan. And the Cupid in Pradyumna, in Dwaraka is an expansion of the Cupid Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. So when Krishna appeared in the assembly of the Gopis, he was in his form Sakshat Manmata. He was completely bewildering the minds. This form who enchants the whole world, Bhuvan Mohan. It's not possible to describe this form. The most beautiful form of Krishna manifests. Sanatana Goswami describes in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita. The most beautiful form of Krishna will manifest according to the devotee. Like Sanatana Goswami explains, that God will show his form depending on the mood of the devotee. So depending on the devotee, the God will manifest his form accordingly. All the forms of God in Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwaraka and Goloka Vrindavan, there are no difference between the forms of Bhagavan. Actually, it's an offense to think that there are differences in the forms of Bhagavan. Actually, all of them are one Bhagavan, one God, one Supreme Truth. But depending on the prema of the devotee, Bhagavan will manifest his form accordingly. The same Krishna Brajendranan Shimasundara. In Vaikuntha, he appears as Narayana in 4 arms. Because his associates also, Vishwakshen also there, for example. And the same Krishna in Ajodha, he appears as Ramchandra. His associates are what Vibhishan, Hanuman. Hanuman is saying, I know the Tata. I know that there's no difference between Krishna and Rama. But still, the Ramchandra's lotus feet are my life and soul. Tulasidas came to Vrindavan. That day we went to that place. So Tulasidas came here to Vrindavan, Tulasidas, and he saw the beautiful deity of Krishna. Tulasidas didn't even do pranam, didn't even bow his head. So the devotees told, this is the place of Krishna, at least do pranam here. Tulasidas told, look, if my Ram would appear here, then I would bow my head. So when he said this, immediately Krishna manifested as Ram and gave darshan to Tulasidas. And in the end, Tulasidas, he did pranam, like obeisances. So great devotees like these. So depending on the speciality of the devotee, God will manifest also his form accordingly. So the speciality of Srimati Radha. So Krishna disappears from the Rasa dance. Gopis are searching for him. Radha and the Gopis are searching for Krishna. So they came to the lap of Govardhan, a place called Narayana Kunda, Pertagam. All the Sakhis came in the Kunja, and then Krishna manifested the form of Narayana, 4 arms. The Gopis said, oh, this is not our beloved. They did the pranam and left. But when Srimati Radhika came, and Krishna was doing the form of Narayana, just by feeling the fragrance of Srimati Radhika's body, Krishna could not keep this form of Narayana. 2 hands automatically entered in his belly. Because Srimati Radhika wants to see Krishna in his form of 2 arms, Shyamasundara. With 2 arms, holding the flute and the peacock feather on his head. This is the speciality of the Gopis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the best form of Krishna, of God, is his form as a human being. In the Rasastali, Krishna manifests his beautiful form when he is with Srimati Radhika, not when he is with Chandravali, but when he is with Srimati Radhika, because of the love and affection of Srimati Radhika.
यह पर भी कहते हैं सुखदेव के समय में गोपियों की भाव के विवाहित होकर अपने बाह्य स्वरूप को भूल गए। अनंतर उन्होंने श्री कृष्ण के लिए सौरी शब्द का प्रयोग किया, इसमें वर्णन किया।
So this part already explains. So here is saying, when Krishna appears in the assembly of the Gopis, you'll see this description. Krishna appears in the middle of many gopis. So all the beauty of the three worlds, all this beauty of the three worlds are even like one drop, a shadow of one drop of the beauty Krishna manifested in this moment. So I told the beautiful form that Krishna did when he came in the assembly of the Gopis. Krishna was sitting with keeping one foot placed on his thigh. The other day I told. Very beautiful form. And Krishna was accepting as an asana the cloth that the Gopis had given to him. The chundari means the cloth of the Gopis, the cloth they use on the chest. And each Gopi was thinking, Krishna is sitting on my chundari, my dupatta, my cloth I give. And this cloth they were using was actually wet from the tears of the Gopis, dirty with kumkum, and also tears of the. So could you sit in something which is wet and dirty with mud and also with kumkum? No, we will not sit someplace wet. But Krishna sat on the clothes of the Gopis which were wet, and he sat on it because the Gopis have so much love, and the love is so condensed. And Krishna, like love is not seeing what is pure or not pure. This is one speciality of prema. So we describe also all this. Brahma and great demigods, they do sadhana bhajan and they try to clean their heart and to put Lord sitting on in their heart. But sometimes Bhagavan appears in their heart, sometimes not. This verse is saying, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. So why did Krishna sit also on their clothes? Another meaning. Because maybe Gopis could be upset. Man. Because if you accept something from someone and not from the other person, then one can be man. So Krishna manifested on opulence. He accepted all the cloth of all the Gopis, the asana. So Krishna sat on the asana that all the Gopis they offered. Each of them. Okay, and then after that the Gopis asked many things to Krishna. How many questions? 9 questions they did. Someone love you only if you love him back. Others, whether you love him or not, they always love you. Another, if you love him or not, he'll never love you. This is 4 kinds of people. Atmaram, Aptakam, Gurudrohi, Aparadi, and ungrateful person, Akritagya. Also, hetu, ahetu means prema, love with cause and without cause. So 9 kinds of love. So in the end, Krishna told, look, all these questions you asked, I'm not even one of them. No. Why? Because the love we have is a love which is Sattva-siddha, Janma-siddha, inherent and natural, spontaneous. The Gopis are the Hladini Shakti Swarupini, pleasure potency of Lord and bodily expansions of Srimati Radhika. Actually, Srimati Radhika asked this to Krishna. And Krishna told, look, if you say our love is causeless, because if you say it's causeless, it means that the positive was there. Cause. It's like causeless. So it's not cause, not causeless. With cause, not without cause. Hetu prema, love with cause, is the love of this world. All the loves in the world, they have a cause. When a cause is destroyed, the love is destroyed. But if it's a hetu, without cause, then how can be destroyed? So Rupa Goswami explains the definition of love. Even though there is a cause for destruction, the love is not destroyed. So this is love. Actually, instead, the love is increasing more and more, even with the cause for destruction, for its destruction. So in this world, it's not possible. It is only possible in the spiritual world. So this is one of the definitions of love. Even though there be a cause for its destruction, it's not being destroyed. Instead, it's growing more and more. Indeed, they are saying here something about the Hindi. I don't. Okay, they started a new Hindi broadcast. So this amazing behavior, the beautiful behavior you have, no one has this kind of behavior in this world. Krishna is telling the Gopis. All the chaste women, like Lakshmi, Arundhati, Anuswa also, all these chaste ladies, they could not do these things that the Gopis did. But the Krishna is telling Gopis, the love you have for me is sahaj, means natural, janmasiddha, inherent, innate, spontaneous. Like some things we have from birth. For example, what we have from birth? Our hair, nails also. When we were born, we had already nails on our fingers. The nails come from birth. Nobody made after your nails to you. Somebody put some tape and glued the nails. When the baby is born from the mother's womb, the hair also comes in the head of the baby, newborn baby, naturally, from the womb. Also the nails also. So this is janmasiddha, means something inherent, or no, innate, I think the word is innate. So some things are janmasiddha, swatasiddha, spontaneous, innate, natural. So the love between Gopis and Krishna is like this. Krishna told this verse, Na pariham niravada samyujam, swasadhukrita. Even if I had the age of Lord Brahma, Krishna told, if I would have the lifespan of Brahma and serve your lotus feet, still I would never be able to pay off the debt we have. The debt I have with you, I couldn't pay it off. Those who are intelligent, they do this. So I want to tell you one story. It's a joke actually. So try to cheat others, in the end you only cheat yourself, and in this way is the cause of your death. So think, Kaiji means prisoners in the jail. There are 3 prisoners in the prison. They asked the king, please free us from this prison. Then the king told, okay, look, body matlab? Bags. Okay, I have, so take these 3 bags. So bring these bags to my garden. King told, so these 3 prisoners went to the garden. One of the prisoners, he took all the nice fruits from the garden and put in this bag that the king gave. Like he tried, and then he selected the best fruits and put in the bag and brought. Second prisoner thought, the king will not see. The king doesn't have time to check what I'm doing or not. If I'm bringing fruits, good fruits or bad fruits from the garden, king is not watching. So the second prisoner, he also put some bad fruits under the bag, and just the top part of the bag he brought good fruits, only the upper part of the bag. The third one was completely lazy. It's all useless. The king doesn't have time to check if I'm taking the good fruits or bad fruits, or if I'm bringing grass from the garden. It doesn't matter. So this third prisoner, while I had all this effort to collect the fruits, so there was some grass on the floor, he just put all this grass inside his bag. And the 3 came back to the king. The king said, okay, very nice. Did you bring all the fruits in this bag? Yeah, we did this.
राजा ने क्या कि
Then the
चलो
king said, okay, look,
हम 7 दिन आप लोग के ट्रायल में रखते हैं। ट्रायल समझते हो? माने जेल में रखते हैं।
I'll keep you 7 days in the jail, and after 7 days,
मुक्ति दे।
I will free you from the jail.
अलग-अलग करके तीनों की इधर रखते हैं। बोले ये बड़ी समय
And you stay with this bag with you in the jail.
पहली वाला जो था,
So the first man,
वो 7 दिन जेल में रह।
he stayed 7 days in the jail. Nobody gave him any food to eat, but he ate all these fruits that he had gathered in that bag. Remember, because he had selected the good fruits, the first prisoner. So he lived for 1 week eating those nice fruits. The second person, remember, half of the fruits were like rotten and bread fruits. He took like rotten fruits. So somehow he lived. He was about to die because he had only half food to eat, only half bag of nice fruits. The rest were all rotten. Third prisoner, he didn't have anything to eat because he only brought grass in that bag. And then after 1 week he died. The third person died. Understood the story? So what is the teaching? Sometimes you want to try to cheat others, but in the end actually cheat yourself. Or it's bad for yourself. What are you doing? Always be truthful. Don't cheat anyone. Be truthful. So the person himself will suffer the consequences of your bad actions. So the jivas are also tasting their own consequences of their actions in this world. Okay, continue. Nice story, yeah? Will you remember it?
तो इसमें साक्षात मनमथ रूप उसी रूप का भी यहाँ पर वर्णन हो रहे हैं श्री कृष्ण उखल से उत्कट भाग रहे थे उस समय उनकी सौंदर्य माधुर्य कैसे
He's reading from Damodarashtaka. Then Satyavata Muni, in this first verse, he's describing. What is he saying? You have the... My phone is there. I don't know where he is. So Krishna is afraid of his mother. And when he jumped off the grinding mortar, Krishna was running. So Krishna was so beautiful at that moment. The beautiful earrings in Krishna's ears was moving. I don't know which part of it. He was so afraid and he was running. Krishna was so beautiful. He had only a waist belt around his waist. He was only 2.5-year-old baby. So how to describe this beautiful form of this baby? And he was naked running. Krishna was naked running, so beautiful. A special bhava of Vatsalarasa is shown at this moment. When you were small, also babies, you didn't even know how to wear clothes. In Braja, many places I've seen, they put the clothes like the underwear in the head and make a blouse under. Like they know how to properly put the clothes. It's very sweet to see a baby like this. So what to speak about the form of Krishna, so sweet. Here is being described. The earrings in his ears were dazzling, were shining. So also he was naked and he was 2.5-year-old. So beautiful. So the devotees, they again and again they read this and they see this lila with the eyes of their moods, bhavneta, vision of mood. The devotees see this. And this will appear in the inner core of the heart of the devotee. So the yogis, by the yoga process, they want to expands the inner core of their hearts.
योग सिद्धि में भी कहा गया।
This is one of yoga siddhis, mystic perfections, because the more this part of your heart is developed, then this is Krishna is coming and showing himself in your heart.
निराली गूंज रही था। ओहो, उस समय ऐसे नहीं हो रहे, मानो नुपुर आदि करते हैं, तुम चलो हम तुम्हारे साथ में हैं।
So the anklets were saying, "Oh, we are with you."
और इधर माँ जसोदा भी दौड़ रही है।
And Mother Yashoda was also running.
शिरोभूषण जो है,
And the ornaments in the head of Mother Yashoda, they were also falling down. So the ornaments of the head of Mother Yashoda and her earrings like this, were telling Mother Yashoda, Yashoda, we are going with you. Don't lose your hope. Let's go. Let's run to catch this boy. It's your duty to punish this boy. So the Karna Bhushan means the ornaments of the ears of Mother Yashoda were encouraging her. And also that Krishna, with the anklets, the sound of the anklets of Krishna, was also telling Krishna, Krishna, you are Bhagavan, who can bind you? I'm with you, let's go, let's run. So in this way, both Krishna and Mother Yashoda were running. Krishna in front and Mother Yashoda running, and like trying to chase him. So who will win this competition, this race? So in Madhurya Rasa it's described one time in the Radha Kunda, Radha and Krishna both. Swimming competition. So the swimming competition in the Radha Kunda one time between Radha and Krishna. They're playing the water of Radha Kunda. Both of them, they're using swimming dress. They're wearing swimming dresses. And they're swimming in the water. Srimati Radhika came and Krishna was also there in the water, and the Gopis were in the bank, in the shores. Also like cheering, like how to say cheerleader, like how to say cheer, like go, jai, like this. And then anyway, so Srimati Radhika was winning, okay, in the swimming competition, and she was like so close to get to the border, means to the place where the competition ended. Krishna was behind her, not winning, he was losing. Then suddenly Srimati Radhika, she dunked in the water, and Krishna was able to overtake her, and he won. All the Sakhis became like built, like, no, what happened? Srimati Radhika, we already celebrating your victory. You are only like 2 meters or 2, like you're so close to the goal. Why did you suddenly dunked in the water? Then Srimati Radhika told, look, the name of Radha. Why her name is Radha? She knows all the desires of Krishna and she fulfills her desires. Why the name Radha is Radha? All the desires of Krishna, she is able to fulfill them completely. She serves Krishna because she knows his desires. So Srimati Radhika told, hey Lalite Vishaki, listen to me, why I dunked in the water suddenly. Because swimming, I was actually winning the race. Yes, not swimming competition. But when I looked behind to see Krishna's face, Krishna was actually, in his mind he was thinking, Radha, you always win. At least today, let me win. Today you lose, I win. Okay. Actually, Krishna wanted to win. So the desire of Krishna was that today I should be defeated, I should lose the competition. That's why Srimati Radhika knowingly, just to allow Krishna to win, Srimati Radhika herself, she dunked in the water like on purpose. In this way, Krishna overtook and won. So that's why her name is Radha, because she knows all the Krishna's desires and fulfills all of them, all the desires. The desire of Krishna is most important. But his desires also depends on her desires. So, Sanatana Goswami in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, he also explains the desire of God and the desire of his devotee, they are, you cannot describe which one comes first. Because Lord has desires according to the desire of the devotee, and the devotee also has desire according to the desire of Lord. Another point also, when there is a competition, if one person always wins, then people are not they don't have enthusiasm to see some competition if one person is always winning. Suppose a cricket match or some football match, if one of the, parties, if one of the teams is always winning all the time, nobody will want to see that. Because if there's like some different, like for example, Srimati Radhika always would win and Krishna always lose, then the sweetness of prema is not manifesting. So in this Leela, Srimati Radhika is showing that she allowed Krishna to win. So Krishna was running, okay, and Mother Yashoda was running faster than him, and in this way she caught his back. Paramrishta means back of his body. Mother Yashoda was behind, so of course she caught him from behind, from his back. And so with her left hand she caught him, and then Krishna stopped running because she caught him. And then she took her stick and started to chastise him. And the conversation that Krishna had with Mother Yashoda is also very sweet. In this moment they had a conversation. Mother Yashoda said, "Should I beat you?" And Krishna told, "Don't beat me, Mother." "Why not? You were a thief. You were a very bad boy." And then Gopal told, "Mom, why are you telling me these things? I am not a thief." "How come? So who has stolen the butter? Who has stolen it? Who has broken the pot, the clay pot? Who has wasted the butter and given to the crows?" And Krishna told, "That person who created the clay pot, he broke it. The person who created the monkeys and the crows, he fed them." Krishna is saying this. Actually, there's no difference between Leela Darshan and Tatu Darshan, the Leelas and the Supreme Truth. Krishna is actually saying, I am the creator. I am the Supreme Creator. Actually, I am the Supreme Controller. I'm instructing everything. By my instructions, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. The wind, all the demigods, they are doing their duties because of my instructions. Like you wake up and start doing your activities. Like for example, to go to the colleges, school, whatever you have to do as your obligations, you do it every day, like automatically. So in the same way, by the instruction of Lord, all the demigods, they are doing their duties. Sun, wind, all this. Maya is having them do all this. So who is, according to my guidance, Maya and nature are performing everything. Prakriti, the nature, is doing everything according to the instructions of Krishna. Maya also is working, doing everything according to the guidance of Krishna. Sattva, Raja and Tama, the three gunas of Maya, are doing everything by the guidance of Krishna. So Bhagavan says also, Krishna told his mother, who made this clay pot? Bhagavan. He's the origin of everything. Original creator, supreme creator. So what is the fault? Krishna wants to say, what is my fault in it? If I created, I broke it. So what is the problem? No fault. There's only one Swayam Bhagavan who is creating, maintaining and destroying everything. In the Upanishads we see this shloka saying, God creates. Whatever we see, creation, maintenance, destruction, who is doing all? Swayam Bhagavan. By his sidelong glance, by the movement of his eyebrows, all like he's blinking, and all the universes are created and destroyed. So Bhagavan, he manifested all this thought in the heart of Brahma. All the Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads were also manifested in the heart of Brahma. So the Guru manifests all the tattva in the heart of the disciple. How many kinds of mercy of Guru? Hardik, Pachi, and aloka-dana. Hardik means something which Guru automatically manifests in our heart. Hardik. Like Narayana manifested all the tattva in the heart of Narayana. Bachik. And if Guru says Bachik, may Krishna Bhakti appear in your heart. So by his words this mercy is coming and this realization is coming. And aloka-dana by his glance. Lord is also manifesting all the tattvas. Guru is also manifesting all the tattvas by his sidelong glance. And he's giving realization also to others by the glance, his glance. Like the shloka of Shukadeva Goswami is saying. Sutta Goswami is glorifying his Guru, Shukadeva Goswami. When he went to the forest, just by seeing him, everybody felt pain. The trees were melting because of divine love. And they were crying. The trees also. Mahaprabhu also, this is the same about Mahaprabhu. When he went to South India, just by seeing Mahaprabhu, everybody also developed prema in their hearts. Even those who saw him by far, they also developed prema. So when Krishna was in this, Mahaprabhu was in this world, we see this speciality. If anyone would see Mahaprabhu only from far, prema would come in his heart, in this person's heart. So the poet says, why would I was not born at that time? Because I didn't need to do any sadhana bhajan, just see Mahaprabhu by far and that's it. Only by seeing him, then Krishna prema would come. Even doing unlimited bhajan and sadhan, anatana vritti nista ruchi ashakti, then reach prem. How many births it will take into prem? But when Mahaprabhu was manifesting this world, just by seeing Mahaprabhu, that's it. Why I was not born at that time? So this poet is like saying, he's lamenting, why I was not born at that time? If I was just seeing Mahaprabhu and that's it. So I don't know, so by the Nishta, when we speak about loyalty, we say, I don't know the mercy of Mahaprabhu, don't know about the mercy of Radha and Krishna. I just know the mercy of my Guru Deva. Like Dasa Goswami said, I didn't want to take this nectar of Bhakti Rasa, but Sanatana Goswami brought me by force. So when Krishna was in this world, we were also in this universe, we were also here, but we didn't get any shelter. He didn't give to us. Krishna could have given shelter or not. Krishna has Achinta Shakti, inconceivable potency. He could have brought us and given to us also, Krishna, but he didn't give. Even Radha Radha also didn't give. Nobody gave to us. Even Mahaprabhu, who is super magnanimous, but I was also in the world, in any world when Mahaprabhu came, when Mahaprabhu was doing pastimes in this material world. I was also in some universe. Maybe not this universe, but I was in another universe. I was somewhere. So at that time, why with their Achinta Shakti? Because he has Achinta Shakti, Mahaprabhu. Why he didn't also drag me and give me place at his lotus feet? He could have given me because he's all powerful. But he did not give me place at his lotus feet. But now today, my Guru Pada Padma, I am insignificant insect, worm, stool worm. Gurudev took me and brought me to his lotus feet and gave me shelter. So this is showing your nishtha, loyalty and steadiness to our Gurudev. Srila Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Goswami Maharaj, he told this in an article. My Gurudev Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada mercifully, he gave me a shelter at his lotus feet. When will you realize this? When you realize the mercy of Guru. This love and affection of the parents. When the son realizes the love that his parents had for him, when the son becomes also a parent himself, when the son also has their own kids, then he realizes, oh, how it was so hard for my mother to have me in her womb and then take care of me whole life. When you realize the love of your mother. Okay, so one saint was going somewhere, and there was a beautiful woman that she saw the saint, and she told him, I want to marry you. The saint told him, why do you want to marry me? Because you are so beautiful, powerful, and it affected me that I think that if I marry you, I will have a son just like you, like a very good son. That's why I want to marry you. The saint gave a very interesting example, amazing example. He told, oh, you want to have a son very powerful and beautiful like me, like very... After getting married to me. But if your son already is in front of you, why do you need to give birth to the son? You can also see me as a son, and I see you as my mother. So beautiful. This is called the Santa Ki? Sikh. The teaching, the lesson of the saints. So this is the lesson of the saints. So I'm already calling you my mother. So I'm already a son to you. You can just have me as your son. You can see me as your son already. So this is the lessons of the saints. What is the meaning? Why I was telling this? Nishtha, Gurudev brought us. So the more your Guru Nishtha increases, the more your Bhakti Devi will also increase. If you have Nishtha, the waves of love will come to you. The waves of prema depends on your Nishtha. Time is up, huh? 6:30. Let's go.
कृष्ण सनातन कृष्ण बात विभवतम में इस प्रकार सिद्धांत प्रतिपादन करते हुए परिक्रम की वैशिष्ट्य भगवान की रूप सौंदर्य की वैशिष्ट्य होता है.
So Sanatana Goswami describes in the Brihad Bhagavatam that the form of Lord depends on the love of the devotee.
ब्रज प्रेम देने के लिए भगवान अपने नवकिशोर नटवर गोपवेश वेणुकर रूपकाली रूप को लिए श्री कृष्ण ने प्रकट किया है. वही रूप समस्त.
So this beautiful form of Krishna as a cowherd is the which form? Navakishore Natravar, the best of the dancers, ever fresh beautiful form, is the basis, like the source of all the other forms of Lord. This is called Shyam Rup. Shyam Sundar. Beyond all the effulgence of Brahma is the form of Lord with two arms, with the form of Shyam Rup. Cowherd boy, blackish color. So all these yogis are there doing hard austerities to merge in Brahma. This Brahma is the effulgency of the form of Krishna. So this Loka Gurudev is saying is like beyond the effulgence there is the beautiful Shyama Sundara with two arms playing the flute. So the name of Krishna is Krishna Chandra. In the name of Ram, Ramchandra. So the day I told, what did I say? When Krishna was appearing, it was Ashtami Titi, eighth day of the moon. So it was Krishna Paksha, like the waning moon, waning fortnight, waning. Eighth day. So when Krishna was about to appear from Devaki's womb, so Chandra, the moon, was covered by the clouds. When Krishna was taking birth, there were so many clouds on the sky. Then there was a fight between the clouds and the moon. So Moon asked, why are you covering the sky? Hey clouds, Krishna is coming in my dynasty, the Chandravamsa dynasty of the moon. Krishna is coming in my dynasty, moon is tearing the clouds. And you cloud came in the between and covering the sky. And then the cloud told, he came to in your dynasty, okay, right? But he will come with my color, my complexion. That's why I'm here, because Krishna will have my complexion in his body. The clouds, complexion, color. So the cloud also wanted to see the beautiful pastimes of Krishna. I also will come here to see. But then the sun told, Surya told, Ramachandra came in which dynasty? The dynasty of the sun, Surya Vamsa. So much sun. And Ramachandra, he was born in the lunchtime. He was born midday, Ramachandra. And Krishna Chandra, midnight. So both took birth 12 o'clock. But one midday, another midnight. Okay, moon told, I couldn't see God like Krishna appearing. Okay. Okay, so the moon like, oh, I couldn't see Rama being born, so at least I want to stay with him always. That's why Rama is also always called the Ramachandra, like moon, you know, Ramachandra, Chandra means moon. And also because the moon couldn't see Krishna also being born because of the clouds. Also moon also wanted to stay with Krishna always, that's why Krishna is always called also Krishna Chandra. Chandra means moon. So Ramachandra comes from Krishna, all avatars come from Krishna. What is the evidence?
Krishna sang paramavat paramapumanajo govindam adi purusham. इसमें तो सिद्धांत आ रही है।
All this is given. Today we'll stop here. Vanchakalp. Then I'll go to the next sloka. This book is so beautiful. You can read this book and you feel so much bliss. Damodarashtaka book. Four words. Okay. Krishna Jitikila, Krishna Jitikila, Sarvotama Naradila, Naravapu, Naravapu Tahara Svarupa, Gopis, Venuka, Nabakishore, Naravapu. One condition king, another condition is sick. Please come to take prasad. I sent to you on WhatsApp.